questions. Yes, ma'am.
Does it make it harder to defend the president when his personal attorney is still traveling to Ukraine, investigating his campaign rivals, and claims he wants to give some sort of presentation about it to Congress?
It is not hard to defend this president, surely, on the facts of what's out there. I think it's hard for the Democrats to move forward when they start with a quid pro quo to bribery to every other element they go. It's hard for the Democrats to continue this when the people they bring forth in their hearings are pretty much donors. Their expert witnesses, when it comes to their scholars, were donors to presidential campaigns. The idea that they're going to change the course of history, that staff is going to interview staff, and then they're going to come out with articles of impeachment. What power do members of Congress who run to represent their districts have that they take it away? The idea that Democrats would control who can ask questions inside a hearing or how the structure would go. That's an embarrassment. So no, it is not difficult to defend this president because this president did nothing that's impeachable. It's hard to defend Democrats on how they're running this House and what they're doing inside their majority. That's the difficulty that I have. Yes, question.
But is it appropriate for Giuliani to do what he's doing?
He's an individual citizen. That is not the question that we have before us. It's about impeachment. You've got to understand what impeachment means. Impeachment is the removal of the highest elected person in this land. I don't care if you think Americans who support President Trump are deplorables, but you do not have the right to disqualify their vote just because you do not like President Trump. We are a nation of law. And the idea that they would use their power, they would lie, and they would continue to lie just because they dislike this president. They would change the course of history where they would move it from judiciary into the Intel Committee. They would disallow individuals to even ask questions. They would disallow the president to have due process to ask a question. They would not allow a minority to have witnesses. And they're proud about that? The idea of a vote of impeachment, the only higher vote I think we'd have a member of Congress is whether we send women or men out to war. But the way they have handled this from the very beginning, I know they set a timeline and they wanted to keep to their timeline. They just never paid attention to the facts. So they changed the rules to meet their timeline. They may think it's not important, but it goes to the sheer fact of the country of who we are. One of our greatest strengths is the rule of law. Other countries admire us because we believe in the rule of law. We believe in due process, but not in Nancy Pelosi's house when she becomes Speaker. She has weighed and hinged her entire majority on the impeachment of the president. When she selected Adam Schiff to be the Intel chair and kept him there after he lied to the American public that he had proof beyond circumstantial, when we walked down through a nightmare, spent millions of dollars, went to 14 different countries and found that was a lie, you had an inspector general just give you a report yesterday to show that a law enforcement agency spied on a presidential campaign. And when they couldn't get their own facts, they changed it to go to a secret court in FISA to try to spy further. They based that all on something that the Democratic Party spent money on that was a lie to try to discredit somebody running for office. I would have used the majority to clean that up, to go back to the rule of law. I would not use the majority simply for your own political gain. And if you can't meet your timeline, change all the rules that this history has ever seen. So no, it is not difficult to defend this president, but it is very difficult to defend this Congress on what they have done, and history will not be kind to them.